As Candy said, I'm Carla Woods. I'm with Niece Lukens, and I'm going to go through a PowerPoint, go through the high levels of your benefits, changes that have been made, and things that are staying the same, and just go through everything with you. We have the agenda right here. So these are the things we're going to talk about. If you have any questions along the way, we're kind of a small group, so if you have questions, feel free to ask as we go along, and we'll get those addressed for you and answered. So we'll get right into it. First, we're going to talk about your health benefits. And everything that we talk about today is effective for July 1 through the next 12 months, which is June 30th. So all your benefits that we're talking about begins July 1. On your health, you are currently with UnitedHealthcare. We did renew your benefits with UnitedHealthcare, and I wanted to tell you a little bit of how we got there. What we do a lot is look at your claims and look at all your experience reports. And what we found with your UnitedHealthcare claims is on a PM basis, that's per member per month, your costs for the calendar year 2011 was $331.34. So basically for every member enrolled, that includes you and any dependents, the average cost that UnitedHealthcare paid out for you was $331 per member per month. Now you compare that to calendar year 2010, which was at $226. So over the course of those 2 years, we had an increase of about 46% in your costs, in your claim cost. Now that doesn't factor in trend, it doesn't factor in large claimants, administration, so that is just raw claim data, 46% increase on a PM basis. With that, we did get your initial renewal increase of 13%, and then that's when we start working. We go out, send it out to market, we send it out to all the carriers in Kentucky, which for fully insured there's only 4. So in addition to UnitedHealthcare, we looked at Humana, we looked at Anthem, and we looked at Bluegrass Family Health to see, is there anything out there better that would give us better benefits and better costs than what we got on a 13%. And with that, we was able to use that, the competitive benefits that we received back and kind of leverage that with the UnitedHealthcare. So we got the initial renewal then down to 5%. With that, we made some additional benefit modifications that we're going to talk about in just a few minutes, tweaked them somewhat to get that down to almost a flat overall cost increase. So those are kind of the behind the scene things that we do, and we presented all of that to the benefits committee, and then the benefits committee takes everything and it goes to the cabinet, gets reviewed, where final decisions are made here on campus. So that just gives you a background of, kind of the things that we do to get to where we landed today. So again, we did make some benefit changes. We're going to talk about that. We will continue to offer the 3 plans with UnitedHealthcare with some tweaks. So let's look at the benefit designs. And this will be hard to read. Maybe you can tell a little bit from it. Your benefit summaries are in your packet, so the detailed benefit summaries are in each of your packets that you have. But what I've done here is to the left, I've taken what your current benefits are as of today. And then to the right is what we're moving towards, with those things highlighted in yellow being the changes. So if you can see, there's not very many highlighted areas, but I do want to focus on that because that's really the only things that will be changing going forward. Now you've got 3 plans. Your first plan offered is a $500 deductible. That's what this plan is. This one is going to be moving to a $1,000 deductible. So for your in-network deductible, it's moving to $1,000 and your family is moving to $3,000. There's some increases in your out-of-network deductibles, but out-of-network usage here at Kentucky State University is extremely small. That's not really applicable and it won't impact you because there's not really any out-of-network usage here. So the main thing that we'll focus on is the in-network benefits. So the deductibles are increasing a little bit. On your prescriptions for Tier 3, Your copay currently is $45. That will be increasing to a $50 copay. Your other tiers for pharmacy are staying the same. And then for mail order, if any of you use mail order, Tier 3 will be moving from $112.50 to $125 copay. Now your pharmacy, it will be the same across all three plans. It is today and will remain the same across all three plans. So these changes in yellow impact each of the three plans offered. But it's very minimal, as you can see on those changes. The main thing here is your increase on your single and family in-network deductible. On the next plan that you have today, it's a $1,500 deductible. And again, those benefits are to the left. And that deductible for $1,500 is moving to $2,000. So the single is moving to $2,000, and your family deductible is moving to $6,000. That's the only change on this plan, other than the pharmacy. And again, that's the same across all three plans. So that's the change on this benefit. And then on your third plan, today is a $2,500 deductible. That deductible is moving to $4,000, and your family deductible is moving to $12,000 from where it is today, and then the out-of-pocket maximums for single and family is moving to $4,000 and $12,000. And then after that, your
for the family deductible for $2,000, Choice Plus $2,000.
I'm sorry?
What's the family deductible for Choice Plus $2,000? I got that.
That's okay. It's $6,000. Yeah, it's moving to $6,000. On this plan, after you meet your deductible, then you're covered at 100%, except for anything that takes a copay. You'll always pay your copays, but for anything else, if you do, then you're covered at 100%. Now, we did an analysis on your claim several months ago, and we found that a high percentage of employees here do not even meet a $500 deductible. And that was taken into consideration by the Benefits Committee when they just made the decision to increase the deductible sum. It helps offset cost, overall cost to the university, without impacting the majority of the people at the university. And I think it was over 90%. I don't know if you... Yeah, it was a high percentage of employees and their dependents that didn't even meet a $500 deductible. So I know that increasing a deductible is always comes over as being very negative, but in the case of the university here, because you weren't reaching even a $500 deductible, it was felt like that would be some good changes to make that wouldn't impact you but would significantly reduce costs. And then the prescription is the same, with only the Tier 3 copay increasing by $5. So that's it in a nutshell on your benefits for the health. Is there any questions that you have just on the benefits? The next slide is what your employee contribution is, and all of you have sheets on the employee contributions. So you've got your monthly premium, the employee per month, and then the employee per pay. And as you can see, the university pays a good portion, especially of the single premium. The premium to the far left is what Kentucky State University pays to United Healthcare. And then the other two columns are what is deducted from your paycheck that covers those costs. So those are your contributions, and you've got those again in your packet. The next thing we want to talk about is wellness. Through United Healthcare, they offer a couple of different programs for wellness, and I know that wellness is becoming a focus of attention for a lot of employer groups, and it's also becoming a focus of attention for Kentucky State University. One of the things that is offered as part of your benefits is a 24-hour nurse line. And that's a benefit that a lot of times we forget about, and I always like to remind people about it during open enrollment. The phone number is on your ID card, and it's 24/7. You can call it at any time, any day of the week, any time. When you call, you're speaking with a registered nurse, and a majority of the calls they receive is about access to care. And, you know, what should I do? My child, late at night or on the weekend, I don't have access to my doctor. Is what they're going through significant or serious enough to go somewhere now, or can it wait? So they get a lot of calls about access to care. But you can also contact them about appointment scheduling, emotional support, their treatment decision support. So if you're contemplating different kinds of treatment for a condition, you want some advice or some information about that, you can call them about that too. So a lot of different reasons that you can contact the 24-hour nurse line, and we always encourage folks to do that when you don't forget. It's always hard to forget, but I always like to remind everyone again about that. Another program offered through United Healthcare is Generations of Wellness. And this has been on campus for a couple of years, and this past year we did see some significant increase in participation, but we're on site every quarter, and they focus on different disease states. Last year we looked at heart disease, stroke, cancer,